again. Alright, now I am back. The last video, I made a mistake of going for the wrong ending. This time, I'm not going to do the same mistake. This time, ending 1 of Cupid. Let me just... Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, let's go. Start. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's just my mom talking to me. And I say, I fear... This is ending 1, right? Ending 1, yes. I fear for your safety. Then you skip it. I just say, alright. And skip this one. Then my poor child. Skip this one. And we... Are you hungry, child? Skip it. I do not care for him. It is hard to say. Of course I do. Oh, thank you, Faye. And this time, ending 1, alright? I made sure it was ending 1. And we're gonna do this. Doing it. I only get to see how, because I'm not sure which ending is canon. I fear... didn't I tell you people are cruel? This is Rosa, right here when she was young. She's all bundled up like this because, as I said before, she's a Cupid. She eats people's loves. And one of the other things about a Cupid is that they sometimes unnaturally attract people to themselves. That's how Gumi kept on getting people to love him, because people just naturally loved him. And poor Rosa, ever since she was young, had the same thing happen to her. So many people kept on hitting on her, trying to get with her because she had that unnatural ability in her. I'm glad you're back to me. Luckily, she had her mother with her, and she was able to avoid things happening. And right here, yeah, right here. This is the other part I didn't like. She immediately died, you know? She died, and I didn't get a chance to process my grief. Catherine died. The little girl you saw before, she died. Look at how I'm portrayed by Catherine's death. She died. She hung herself. And the whole point of this game was to find out who did it and why. Retribution. We must get to the bottom of this. And see, then it flashbacks to when Catherine was this, I think, a teenager maybe. And that's when, and that's when he came in when the piano. Oh, let's see. We're leave now while he's not looking, child. Gumi's here. And Rosa's here. And when she died, there's Catherine. Shocked. We must console my daughter. Skip. And we must open the locket. Skip. No, it's not long. It's not long. It's not long. I know all the choices. She's probably... Are you worried about Catherine now that he's here? Skip. This is the... If I played it like talking with everything, it was like an 8-hour, 7-hour game. But since I know all the choices, I'm gonna skip everything until the choices. It's obvious she will abandon you. Friendship is... No. Family is more important. Do you like visual novels, Faye? Because I usually try to do a visual novel in the morning and then play like other games in the afternoon. Today I had time. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, and I didn't explain this part right here. She got drunk, and you find out that Catherine kind of had that unnatural attraction to Rosa too. And then they both kissed. But when she found out What she did, she backed away immediately, like, oh no, I kissed my best friend, and she doesn't know why. Then she starts to question her own sexuality, and then she comes back to Gumil because she loves Gumil. She loves him. She knows it, and that's why she came back here. But then you gotta realize, doesn't Gumil have that unnatural attractiveness too? So did she really love Gumil, or was she just affected by his curse or by his disdain, his unnatural ability to attract people? Okay, she's probably repulsed by you. See, there's Catherine in the corner. She had her love taken with her from her, and now she's all sickly. And this is a flashback to Rosa's youth when she discovered that she had the unnatural ability to attract people, and her mother beat her because she knew it too. You hate him, don't you? Yep. And now we're trying to find out more about Gumil. We had to take the key first. Yep. Reading in his journal, you find out he's actually 300 years old. Like, what? I do it for me. To destroy him, of course. We have to kill Gumil so he doesn't do this to anybody else. Maybe not. No, you are not. He will never change. No, he will not listen to you. What makes you think he will listen to you? He has fed for centuries. His addiction is his own curse. It controls him. Yes, but isn't he a creature of love? He is, but what do you intend to do? This spell cannot be reversed now. Will that even work? Plead. My darling. Yes, I want revenge. I want you to kill Gumi for what he did to me. Why? I understand. Cannot stop you from feeling this way, can I? So be it. Just know that he's powerful and full of pride. Please take care of yourself. I'm always here in your memories, my dear. Whatever happens, please take care of yourself. Thank you, Mother. My beautiful daughter. I love you. And we did it. Ending 1. But now we have to find out what happens afterwards. Chapter 8. Transient. What in me is dark? Well, that. There's Catherine. Oh, lovable Catherine. So young. And taken advantage by that Gumil. Gumil woke up with the dream still fading from his memory. He was not in his room, but in Catherine's. How did he get here? Did he sleepwalk? This did not surprise him. Whoever cast his spell did not do so on a whim. A pure white candle flickered on the table, and its flame looked as though it was ready to go out. Couldn't save you. Tried. Rosa stepped out of the shadows. You. Gumi's anger subsided just a little. What's the meaning of this, Rosa? Is this your doing? She looked at him with sadness. I was too weak to save you, Gumil. Save me from what? From what you are. Gumi's face crumpled into confused anger. Do not take kindly to people who dabble with my brain, Rosa. Especially when they have such audacity to do so when I am most vulnerable. Do you expect me to ask your forgiveness for what I've done, sire? Because I won't. I will stand by what I did. I'll do it again if I can. Such a spell requires much preparation. You're not to do that again, do you hear me? I will not allow myself to be subjected to such mockery. It's not mockery. I'm trying to save you. You do not know what you're talking about. If you persist in this foolish behavior, then I will be forced to take action. Go ahead. I'll simply try again. Stop it. Gumi grabbed her shoulders in irritation and shook her. They stared at each other in heavy silence, and Gumi somewhat regretted his forcefulness. Rosa had grown stronger through the years, but she was still fragile, wasn't she? Maybe to him. Why was that? Rosa's eyes did not flinch or look away, even at his outburst. was no fear or fragility in her eyes at all. She held her gaze steady until it was Gumi who looked away. Why? Why are you doing this? I understand that you love Catherine. I know you want her memory to live on, but no, it's not because of that. Catherine's memory is already present in me. I already have her, but you don't. I wanted to give her to you, so you don't have to resort to feeding. Gumi recoiled from her like her skin was scathing to the touch. You. How did you? Rosa just stared at him, her eye clear and resolute. I know what you are because we are the same. We are creatures that emanate desire and feed on love. I have lived with this curse knowing only a semblance of what I am. Mother guided me. She protected me. She taught me how to control it, even in her own twisted way. I was lucky, Gumil. I wasn't alone. You were. Rosa's eyes bloomed with sadness. You only imagine how hard that must have been. Gumil staggered back in shock. There was another one like him. A desperate hope clutched onto him like talons. Was that why he had taken to her so without warning, wanting to feed on her? Rosa wiped tears from her face. That's why I'm doing this, Gumil. I wanted to give you Catherine's memory like how Mother's memory keeps me sustained. Love doesn't have to be taken like this. There are other ways. Gumi frowned indignantly. Don't you think I have tried that? You're still very young, I can tell. I've already endured centuries of this curse. I know all the tricks to survive. From the strangers to the villagers, I know how much I can take. I am meticulous. Then why must you insist on this method? No reason to stand for ceremony. Gumi's face changed easily. His jaw clenched. He was talking to a stranger now. His face lost the virtue that once belonged to a blameless man. It was replaced by a curious, cheeky grin, a perpetual look of childlike mischief. He was different, yet somehow Rosa felt like she had known him for a lifetime. He had always been there, hadn't he? Or rather, had it always been him. Why? Because it is fun, and it tastes worlds better. The experience of drawing out love is unlike any human feeling. It is transcendent. It is the only moment I feel alive. Only moment I feel like a god. If you've had a taste of it, nothing else compares. You must try it. I bet you can only afford to be self-righteous because you don't know any better. You're wrong, I did it too, Catherine. I tasted her love, but I was able to stop myself in time. I knew it would destroy her. So that was you, It makes sense that Catherine's love for me waned. That never happened before. Desire can't be controlled, Gumil. I do not wish to control it. Why should I? Admit it. You've longed for that taste since your tongue dipped in its pot. Rosa did not speak. She sat there nervously on her feet. Me went on. We are given the curse to endure, Rosa. Why must we suffer, scutter in the corner, and humble ourselves? To whom do we abdicate ourselves to? To normal people? They're beneath us. All the achievements and talents, love is the one thing that can drive them mad. But you see, your weakness is the one thing we feed on. It is the ritual. It is the natural order. Yes, I do. I'm gonna play that, probably after Uncharted. I'm not sure yet. Gumi stepped closer to her and touched her bare arm. He tried to hide his bites. Told you before. I got both of them too. Told you before. You need power. Be powerful. I will teach you how to wield it. You still have much to learn. If you will join me, Rosa, just imagine what we can do. We will be powerful, you and I. Rosa's momentary confusion faded. A hard look dawned on her face once again. I will never join you. You use people for your gain. And so? Yumi's voice couldn't keep it from rising. What of it? Isn't it the rule of human existence? This is all a game. It's a game I play to win. So people's lives are a game to you? Yumi shrugged. Of course they are. The alternative is much worse. Humans don't play fair. They use and abuse, and they throw away on whim. They destroy for no apparent reason except that they want to. I just get ahead. I give them love, I give them affection. I'll never give them pity. Rosa's eyes narrowed at Gumin. Didn't you once tell me not to think of myself as a victim, Gumin? So why is it that all you ever think of yourself as? Gumin's lips quivered. He tried to speak, but no words came out. Rosa stared at him. Her eyes seemed to search for his answer beyond his silence. Naive, he shouted in his head. You don't know what you're talking about. But his throat dried up. Suddenly, he felt inadequate in her gaze. Is that the reason you tell yourself it's alright to throw people away? Then you've never had the courage to see their value. You don't believe your own lie, do you? Mother was tainted, but she still loved me, protected me the best she could. Even in her cruelty, gave herself wholly. Papa Francois was tainted, but he looked at me like a daughter and never touched me. Catherine. Rosa's tears made her voice quiver and break. She was tainted. Caught between me and you. I wonder what that was like. And yet, never acted on desire, but on love. She is a safe place where two opposing forces meet. She loved you, Gomil. Yet when you took her love, you left a lifetime of memories. You left her hope. The lack of love isn't what broke her, it's hope. She never stopped loving you. The woman Catherine may have thrown it away, but the child never did. You know it as much as I do, don't you? Rosa wiped her tears. I am tainted by you. I could hate you and curse you like any of your victims, but I choose not to. Because of Catherine, because of Mother, I learned that love can be a blessing, something we can give rather than take. Love isn't your curse, Gumil. This curse you wallow in was brought on by yourself. Gumil took a hasty step back. Catherine's memory once again flooded his mind. There's Catherine, oh my god. Best girl in the game. The girl who gave him everything. In his greed, he forgot to ask why. Why did she give everything? He might say that it was only fair, but that had always been a lie, hadn't it? The girl who always chose to be loving, instead of just loved. Had always, with a few pieces to himself. His concept of totality utterly foreign and terrifying to someone like him. The girl who was whole. Gumi clutched his chest. But it's painful. I don't want to. He said this pentulically, like a child. I don't want to. I don't want to. It is painful, isn't it? That is the real taste of love. Have you ever asked yourself why you stayed that long with her? Why you have delayed your feeding for so long? Why you cared for her until she died, even when you had no use for her anymore? Maybe you had started to love her beyond your needs, Gumil. You can't fake sacrifice, Mancha. You are a good man. Maybe you like keeping this face. A different taste spread on Gumil's tongue. Yeah, why? That face. Yeah, why though? Why did you kill Catherine? I hated that part. Why? A different taste spread on Gumil's tongue. It was salty with just a hint of sweetness. Pure, like sweet seawater. Gumil realized he tasted his own sadness. But it faded quickly from his numb mouth. He was so accustomed to pleasure that he scrambled to get her face back. It took all of his efforts to remember, to form the memories like a jigsaw puzzle in his mind. Stars, ribbons, the smell of burnt sugar, magpies. You marry me when I grow up, wouldn't you? Her hair, the wind, a touch of her fingers on his cheek. Every memory squeezed his heart, which he thought was long dead. It was the harder way. But a glimmer of understanding appeared. It was not enough to change him. There was hope. The sickening taste he had been devouring was not love, only desire. He had put it in his mouth over and over again, convincing himself it was all there was. Perhaps to wash away the taste of what he really wanted. Was it too late for him? Cravings controlled him. He could feel them slither under his tongue. He was sick of them, but also relying on them. There are five endings. Five endings. And right now, I'm getting the fourth out of fifth. The fifth ending is a secret ending, which I'm going to do next time. Your most loyal. Umi looked up at Rosa. He was never strong, he knew that now. Rosa was. You. You are the one I seek. The one to save me from this wretchedness. And didn't you say you are tainted by me? You love me, Rosa. Please say you do. Please walk beside me. Me step closer to her. I don't understand much, but I will try. Stay with me. You don't know how grateful I am to know I am not alone in enduring this. He reached out his hand to touch her, almost like a newborn reaching for the warmth of a mother. But Rosa shoved away his hand. There was a bitterness in her voice that stabbed through his heart. Why are you surprised to know I exist? Am I that easy to forget? Gumi frowned. What are you talking about? Don't remember me at all, do you? You locked my memory away. You were content to forget. What you did to my mother was already unforgivable. But to erase her existence from your mind? I could hate you, father. Dun dun dun! Yeah. Gumi's chest tightened. What? But that's impossible. I was never able to. Rosa took out the locket that he had given her. The lock was open now, and a picture of a woman was inside. Gumi couldn't remember her, but the woman's face stirred something buried deeply in his mind. Fire. Moonlight. He searched his memory for such a woman, but his mind came up blank. His head ached. I don't remember. Of course you don't. Isn't that how insignificant we were to you? She loved you. But to you, she was just another faceless woman, easy to throw away and forget. Even when you left, she kept me. Me. It was a constant reminder of her pain. Tell me now, how meaningless this love is. Why did you leave her, father? Is it hard to keep something you broke? Umi's head shook. He was barren. Wasn't he? Yet here she was, his child. He didn't know how that could have happened, but he clung to the belief desperately. He welcomed the regret. He savored his pain. How could he have forgotten the only child he sired? Rosa, My name is not Rosa. I lost my name a long time ago, much like you have lost me in your memory. Tears fell from her eye. How could you drop me so easily? Am I not good enough? You didn't even look for me, never even thought about me. She was sobbing now, like a child who wanted to understand the mysterious ways of her parents, but could not. His arms moved stiffly on her own. He held her in his arms as she cried, stroking her head to soothe her. I'm sorry. He still couldn't remember this woman he loved. Unlike his other victims, he must have stayed, hoping, probably, that Danes would improve. Hoping that the hundreds of shallow lovers he had had before were somehow payment for one true love. If he stayed long enough, if he paced his feeding, if he... He may not remember her, but he already knew what happened. Greed is the core of desire. I am not a monster. But why am I always hungry? I'm sorry. You're here now, Rosa. Let me make it up to you. He held Rosa tightly in his arms. Maybe this is the love I need. The love of family. Rosa, you are my family. If we stay together, I don't need to use other people. You see? I will try my best to learn from you. I will try to sate my addiction. This was the first time Gumi used that word. Vince at the grossness of it. His mouth salivated with disgust at his weight. Yeah, it's about to end soon, but he swallowed it like a hard pill. He could change. He could. For her. Everything will be alright. Rosa was here now. Rosa was... I don't think you understand, Gumil. We cannot stay together. Well, why not? Me spit with the anger of a man with shattered hopes. And the other ones, the other endings, like, she dies, he dies, yeah. Deep inside, he knew why, but his loneliness pushed it away. Maybe this time, it wouldn't turn out like the others, he tried to convince himself. She was his daughter. It might be different. It would be. He wished to change it with the force of will alone. Our curse will taint even this kind of love. I can feel it surge in me even now. It is slower than normal, more potent and dangerous. And then what? Time will pass, and you will degrade me into another lover's memory. You will be doomed to repeat the same thing. You know this too, don't you? No. He held on to her stubbornly. No, please. I'm sure we'll find a way. I'll do whatever it takes. Rosa broke away from her father's embrace and stepped back from him. You can't make me stay like an object to satisfy you, father. I'm doing this for you. If you do not want Captain's memory, then I will leave you mine. My dearest father, I love you. I love you how a child inexplicably loves their parent, without any conditions or any hope of return. You were given a chance to raise me, and I was able to make memories of you I will treasure. I want you to be happy. I want you to be free. You don't know how much it hurts me to do this, but you cannot depend on me for change. You must do it on your own. Please remember me like this. Hope you will change, knowing that it can be done. Rosa. Please. Please stay. I beg you. Bye, Father. We meet again in better times. Rosa turned her back on him, and Gumi fell to his knees in despair. He stretched out his hand to reach for her, but she seemed too far away. Don't leave me. Final exhale of breath, and the candle fizzled out. Is this it? The first few rays of the dawn touched his face. He opened his eyes. So many achievements. Temperance. Yes. Didn't make the mistake last time. And that is Cupid ending 1, where Rosa finds out Gumi is her father, and that she's the same kind of monster that her father is, and that she has to basically run away. Otherwise, they'll both be consumed by this desire. Apparently, since they're both next to each other, the desire keeps on going higher and higher and higher until one day, one of them will break. Your main purpose is revenge. You love Rosa despite your misgivings. You opened Gumi's locket. You told Rosa that family is the most important thing. You wanted to read more of Gumi's journal. You took Gumi's key. You admitted that killing Gumi might not be the only answer. Save. Over here. Ending 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Return. And that is it. That is Cupid ending 1. Temperance. Thank you again, Faye, for being here. It's not your type of game? Okay. I'm gonna... I'll be back later today with Resident Evil. I like doing visual novels, so you'll see me doing a couple of these every week. But mostly in the morning, because in the afternoon is when I do Resident Evil stuff and all the other games. Yeah, so I'll be back later today. Probably later than usual with Resident Evil. And tomorrow, if I finish Resident Evil today, I'll probably do Uncharted tomorrow. Or the day after it. Okay? Thank you, Faye. It means so much to me. Yeah, so I have to get going. I have to get ready to go to work. But, as I said many times again, thank you for everybody who watching this. Thank you, Faye. And I'll see you, viewers, next time. Either later today with Resident Evil, or tomorrow with Resident Evil. Either way, we're gonna finish Resident Evil and save Rebecca. Alright, bye bye.